let's go to track 2, and track 2 would be Cry.
I'll cry if you ever leave me alone. I'll cry, and if you ever let
So
me fall.
how we came up with the song Cry? Actually, Cry, the song Cry was written more than 10 years back, I think, when we were kids in Yale. So for me, I grew up in a family that loves music, not a musical family. Because musical families are families where people sing professionally and people play instruments and stuff. But in our home, we all love music in a way that we listen to music all the time. So me and my brother, we listen to music a lot and we sing a lot. Now, we came up with a challenge that every time when a song is playing, what we do is that when we divide the verses, when it reaches verse 1 is for me, verse 2 would be for my brother Ronald. And one day the song Treasure by Ada was playing, and it's the song I'll cry, see you when you're going, I'll cry. Now my brother sang his freestyle, his verse. I don't remember anything because it was around 10 years or more back. And then it was my turn, and my brother lowered the volume, and I was supposed to sing a verse. Now, for me, I think the song was too beautiful. The chorus was amazing that I don't have words to enter. So what I just did was to do I'll cry, I'll cry, I'll cry, I'll cry all time. I'll cry if you ever leave me alone. I'll cry if you ever leave me alone. I'll cry. And then my brother laughed. And we both laugh. You know that thing when you guys are kids and one person does something silly and you two laugh and it just becomes something funny and fun?
That is so silly.
Yeah, we did that. And then later when the song got done and we were having fun and stuff, and I realized that actually that could be a song, like a different song, because the reason why my brother laughed was that, is that a verse or a chorus? And I was like, okay, what if we actually make it, we turn it into a song? Now I sat down, because what I did in the freestyle was I'll cry, I'll cry, I'll cry, I'll cry if you ever leave me alone. I'll cry if you ever leave me alone. I'll cry. That is everything I sang, and then we laughed and we ended the thing there. Now I later sat down and wrote some few words. It's like I'll cry if you ever leave me alone. I'll cry. And if you ever let me fall, I'll die. Cause you're the only one I need all the time. The only sweetest star in my mind. Yeah, so that is what I wrote more than 10 years back. I don't know the exact year, but I remember that time I was still in South Sudan, and I was in primary, I think. So fast forward to 2024, when these songs were recorded, before we completed the entire project, my manager wanted me to record this song, but I only had the chorus. Like, for all these years, I did not try to write a verse. And maybe it was a good thing, maybe a bad thing, right? I don't know. But I think, per now, I can say it's a good thing. So I did not have a verse. And one day my manager sat down and tried to organize something for me. He's like, okay, this is how I want you to write your verses. Like, this should be your storyline. And he put down a lot of stuff, like for up to 3 verses. And like how I should write this song. But before that, I actually recorded something on my phone on how I wanted the verse to flow. Like, because I wanted the song to be like an old R&B type of music, like how those of Chris Brown used to sing their verses and stuff. That is how I wanted that song Cry to be. So I recorded that melody down. When I received those instructions on how I should flow when it comes to the verses, I just tried to fuse in the melody that I had to write. I know I ain't perfect, girl, and you know
I was one of those guys who wanna play with girls.
So I wrote those lines so it could join with the story that my manager wrote, and that is how the song Cry started. It started way back, actually, that a lot of people cannot believe, but I started writing song when I was young. I think when I was still in primary, I used to write a lot, and that is one song that I wrote when I was still a kid. And I'm happy that the song is out there and any of you could go to all streaming platforms and look for Cry by Guitar, and then you can see how my songwriting was 10 years back when I was still a child. And you can also find out the rest of the EP, because it came out as part of an EP called Play Guitar. My name is Guitar, so Play Guitar. And you can play guitar on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, and everything. So I'm glad that you watched up to this time. Stick around for the next track, and that will be Lie. So peace.